Hello everybody and welcome back to the Creature Flesh Workshop. Yes, we are finally back in the shop. It feels great. I've had a few months off, various things getting in the way of the shop, but now we are back and ready to go. And we can finally now get our silicone mask finished. Now, if you've been following our videos, you'll remember we were halfway through finishing our silicone hand. So we need to go back in time for that one to see how we finish that one off. And then we need to finish off our silicone Draugr mask, which is this guy just here. So what we need to get done now is prep our mold for casting our silicone mask. We need to paint some teeth, we need to patch the mask and paint it. So we've got a lot to do. But first, let's go back to that hand. So we are now in present day. That was a fun little project we did with our silicone prop hand. But now we really need to get on with our Draugr silicone monster mask. So we have a 3-step process that we need to go through. We need to cast it, we need to patch it, and then we need to paint it. Now remember, we go through a lot of the more in-depth parts of that process in previous videos, but for now, let's get on with stage 1, the casting. So our mold is all poured up. So what we need to do now is wait a couple of hours for that to fully cure so then we can demold it. Now in that time, we can do a couple of bits. The first thing I want to try is painting up some of those teeth that we've got in our original mask here. Now these are resin teeth, these little guys here. So what we want to do is we need to put a little base coat on there so then we can paint them with some acrylics, finish them off with a nice little gloss. So let's get to it. looking pretty gnarly. I think they are going to look good in our final mask. We've still got a little bit more time though, so what I'd like to do is play around with our test mask a little bit. We've already played around with some of the teeth, but now I want to play around with some hair punching up. You remember back in a few videos ago, we did some hair punching on this little piece of test skin here. If you remember, it looks pretty gross. If you haven't seen that video, check out our channel, there's a few videos back. So we're going to try that technique on this guy here, using our hair punching needles that we used from before, and using some of this straight, elegant hair. So I'm just going to get right on in there with the hair punching. If you want to see a more in-depth video of that, again, go back to that other video. We did some testing. That was the first time we did it. This is going to be the second time, so hopefully we're a little bit quicker, but it's going to be fun. Roll the time lapse. So I think this is looking pretty good, but it is a little bit too straight. So what I want to do is trim it down and then get some sort of curling irons or maybe some straighteners just to give it some wavy length, just like mine. But before we get into that, I think it's time to de-mold our silicone mask. Finally did it. This guy looks great. We now have a fully fledged silicone mask that we can eventually wear, but we've still got a lot of work to do. I've got to clean up all of this flashing around here where the two molds go together, and I've also got to clean up these little bleeder holes here where some of the silicone is leaking out. But overall, I am super happy with it. So let's go to the next stage, which is patching. That is now our second stage complete. We've patched up the edges. The next step, stage 3, is the fun bit, painting. Draugr mask is all painted up. It's looking great. So what we need to do next is we need to apply our teeth, and then we will pretty much be done. And then the most exciting bit is trying this guy on. So there it is, our Draugr silicone monster mask, and it fits great. It's got some great movement in it as well. We still want to try doing some more stuff to it, like hair punching, maybe playing around with some of the strengthening techniques, like using some stretch fibers inside, but we are almost ready to go on these ones. So please check back into the Creature Flesh workshop, because we will be doing many more fun videos with masks and other stuff. And please consider subscribing. But for now, that's it from me. That's it from this guy.